Okay, so your first statistics review assignment is asking you to do some descriptive statistics, meaning being able to describe your data set. So I have this open in Jamovi. What you're going to want to do is make sure you're on this analyses tab. Variables tab is going to look like this. Data tab is going to look like this. You're going to want to make sure you're on your analyses tab. So to go to your descriptive statistics, you're going to click on exploration. Now, this data set is set up really similar to the one that's going to be in your assignment. In this data set, what I asked my participants is how old they were, about how many hours of leisure time they have each week, so hours that weren't accounted for anything else. I gave them a happiness scale score that could be anything from 1 to 100, and I asked them their year in school. This is totally made up data. This is not from anyone at GCC or Maricopa. I plugged this in to have a data set for this class. So this isn't coming from anyone. So you're going to come over here to exploration, and you're going to click on descriptives, and this is going to pop out. I like to scoot it over a little bit so I can see what I'm working with a little bit better. When you first open it, it might be collapsed down like this, and that's fine too. So basically what you're going to do is, let's say I wanted to know some basic information about the age of my sample. I'm going to highlight age, and I'm going to click this over tab right here. And basically what I'm telling my software is I want you, for the variable age, to give me some descriptive information. And your output is always going to pop up on this side over here. And you can scooch this over as much as you want. If you're working with some things, they'll have bigger tables. So I can come down here to statistics, and I can tell it normally will have mean and median checked right off the bat because those are the most popular ones. But you can also click on mode if you want the mode. You can click on your percentile values for your cut points, things like that. But for this assignment, what I'm mostly asking you for is the mean and the median. So what it's telling you is there were 43 participants who reported their age. One was missing. And the mean age was 22.4. The median age was 21. And your standard deviation was 6.01, with your youngest participant being 18 and your oldest participant being 57. So that's what this is going to look like. Now, I can do the same thing for my hours of leisure time, and I can do it together, and it'll just keep building a bigger table. I don't have to reset it each time. So now I have age, hours of leisure, and happiness, and I can see my descriptive statistics about all of these. Now, it works a little bit different when you're working with your year, because your year, you're going to be more interested in the frequency numbers, right? Because let me back this out. If I click on year over here, it's not really that interesting to know that my average year in school was about halfway through sophomore year. What's going to be far more interesting to me is to have this frequency table to give a count for this. So I'm going to select this frequency table option. And now what it's going to tell me is I had 11 freshmen, I had 10 sophomores, and it's going to give me the percentage of each one as well. So in my sample data, I had a pretty even split about my participants. Now, another interesting thing that you can do, and you're not going to be asked for this on this assignment, but you might be interested in this when you do your actual data analysis for this class, is I can split up these variables by this variable. And let me show you what I mean by that. Let's say that I wanted to know if there's what the average happiness score was based on their year in school. So I can go back here and select my happiness as my main variable I'm wanting to work with that I'm interested in describing. But down here by split by, I can come over here to year, turn on my frequency tables, come over here to year and use that as my split by. And now what you'll see is I get information that the mean happiness score of freshmen were 54.6, but the mean happiness score of juniors was 41.7. So this might be some interesting numbers to report as you do your data analysis. If maybe you want to split things by year in school, if maybe you want to split by gender, by relationship status, whatever might be an interesting comparison for you to have for your data. So that is a basic overview of how you're going to be working with descriptive statistics in this class. both for your big picture project and for this week's statistics review. So please email me if you have any questions.